Welcome, everybody, to the Board YouTube channel where we go through pick and roll every weekday around 11:15 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time to give you some NBA discussion and, of course, best bets. As you can see, back in my home, back from my vacation, rather unfortunately, but here with the better sound and the better visual quality as well for those people viewing on YouTube. If you are viewing over there, please make sure you smash the like button. Help us grow the channel, help this get on some more recommended pages, and make sure you're subscribed as well on YouTube to stay up to date with all the great content that we have coming your way on this channels. And today, let's go through the recap of the picks from yesterday. So a good bounce back. We get a nice winning day here. The picks go 2-1. The chat is very unhappy pre-show about the pick that did not win. We'll talk about that. But at least it was the profitable day that we were looking for as I pull up the screen here. Our record of the season from Pips' picks, 73-51, plus 13.6 units, and ROI of 9.3%. We've amassed quite a following on BetSnap as well in the tracking page. So that's good to see. A lot of people have been enjoying the picks, and the two that win will go top down. First of all, the same game parlay between the Hornets and Suns. Chris Paul goes over his assist line. Cam Johnson goes over his points line. This was a pretty easy cover for both the players, kind of as expected. I mean, maybe even better than expected. Pips, is that what you saw as well?
Yeah, the opening of the game was pretty interesting. In the first 7 minutes of the game, Cam Johnson had 19 points and Chris Paul had 5 assists in the first 7 minutes of the game. So yeah, a bit explosive start. I was worried about blowout, but I wasn't worried about them covering it because I expected a third quarter cash, and we actually had it like 3 minutes into the second half. So it was nice and easy.
So good stuff there. Got to go to the second one here. Darius Garland, over 20.5 points. Covers it by 1.5 points. How did Darius Garland fare against the New York Knicks here?
Everything went as I actually planned, everything as I expected. He just missed more shots than he usually does. He was, I think, 35% from the field, also missed 2 free throws, and still covered this line by 2 points. So I think we were good on this one from the beginning. And yeah, and also a weird thing, like he played 34 minutes, and Donovan Mitchell in the first game back played 38 minutes. Didn't expect that, but didn't matter, and that's the only thing that matters here.
Yeah, and then the final play was the Tyler Hero play. Like I said, a lot of people were unhappy, mostly, I guess, jokingly with
Yeah,
Tyler Hero.
that
He
is
Tyler, so it's Tyler Zero in chat. It wasn't Tyler Hero's finest game. He goes 4 for 19. Although the Miami Heat did beat the Boston Celtics, so it took a Bam Adebayo very good game from Bam Adebayo to get over the line. Tyler Hero, was this just shots were not falling for the guy?
yeah. I think he started 2 from 3, and then missed I think 14 straight shots, like, and a ton of these shots were like 10 feet from the from the rim, wide open, non contested mid-range shots. I don't know what was going on with him. I watched the entire game, and he didn't stop shooting, which is positive, but he didn't score anything. So yeah, and actually feeling like I was like 50-50 split on Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, and with looking at going back at the data, I saw that Tyler Hero had 22 or more points in all 3 games against the Celtics and against the better defense of Celtics. So it was logical to go with him. But I also liked Bam Adebayo, and that's what I hate. Like when I try to decide, and then Bam Adebayo covered this in third quarter and end up the game with 30 points on Time Lord, which was amazing. And he's the main reason they won the game. So yeah, it's just one of these nights that you can't predict anything.
Yeah, I guess these sort of things happen with betting, but we will take the profitable day and we will move on into today where there are three more official picks coming a little bit later on. Before that, as always, we're going to bring in a discussion piece. We've talked a lot about the Lakers this week, and there's more to talk about with the Lakers because yesterday LeBron James puts up quite a gem of a performance, 46 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 9 3-pointers made. And this is a pretty historic occasion because he becomes the first player to score I think it's a 40-point game against every single NBA team. Quite ridiculous, a testament to the longevity and talent of the player. He is now 178 points away from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the all-time scoring record in the NBA, which is just, again, remarkable. The problem, the Lakers lost, and they got blown out pretty much. They lost 133 to 115 here. So LeBron does all this, puts up a historic stat line, and the Lakers still find a way to lose. They're 22 and 26 now on the season. Obviously, they made the move for Rui Hachimura, but he's going to be playing today. Anthony Davis is going to be back today. I don't know if that's enough for the Lakers. Maybe you can give your thoughts on that. And also, should they really move those future picks? They have the 27 and 29 first they can move on from. Is this season worth saving for the Los Angeles Lakers?
Can I just take a second to go back to the you said like he's 178 points away for taking over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed that it's like historic him overtaking him in the regular season, when I think the most important part is like playoffs plus regular seasons. Like that just makes way more sense to me. I mean, like, okay, like there is always like 82 games in the regular season, but playoffs, like LeBron scoring in the playoffs is like even more like unbelievable, because he always gets to the finals. He always play the maximum amount of games, and yeah. So I'm just touching on that part.
And by the way, he is past. If anybody doesn't know, he is already past Kareem in total points in regular season plus playoffs. The record I'm alluding to is the regular season. But you make a good point. Yeah.
And about the second part, I just think like getting Rui is making them better. Getting this back is making them like 5 times better. And LeBron playing on this level, if they had like some decent stretches from Thomas Bryant as the cover, they have Westbrook playing pretty decent off the bench. Since he moved off the bench, he had some great games. And so the only thing there, okay, Dennis Schroeder, if he can get something for them like that, that will be awesome. But they need to get Lonnie Walker back, and if they get a decent shooter to play like shooting guard position, they will be like great. I think that they could be a playoff team.
But like, do you think playoff team? Do you think they could make like the top 6, or do you think this is like their best way is through the play-in at the moment?
Well, I think it's a bit too late for them to just. There is no huge difference between like 6th and their current position.
2.5 games back of 6 right now. So yeah, they're right there.
Yeah. I don't know. We should take a look at the strength of schedule. That's one of the most important stuff.
They are 14th, so they're right in the middle there. They are 14th
that's
hardest,
actually pretty good.
Or 14th easiest. Yeah, so it's middle of the pack.
Yeah, if they get like, but who should they get? Like, if they get Bojan Bogdanovic, like playing, I don't know, like what's their starting lineup there? Like Dennis Schroeder, Lonnie Walker, Bojan Bogdanovic, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Davis will have a ton of issues to cover on the defensive side of the floor.
Yeah. I don't. It's so tough
I don't
with
know.
the Lakers.
Should they go for Jay Crowder? Maybe, like, is that an option?
Yeah, I suppose they could look that way, but I feel like with the second round picks losing all those assets, there's not really much they can offer the Suns that would be of any sort of interest to them. Like, I don't know if there's any players in the roster that the Suns would take that the Lakers wouldn't want anymore. Yeah, I guess in that case, you'd probably have to start Pat Beverly. They get, I guess, more defenders out there, but then like the bench could have issues as well. It just to me, like I understand, you've got LeBron James, you want to maximize LeBron James, and it was actually tough seeing the videos of LeBron on the sidelines after he dropped 46 and they still got blown out. He looked miserable on the bench late in that game. But then again, like how far can this team go? Are you going to move those picks you're probably going to need down the line just to, probably lose in the first round of playoffs, maybe like best case get to the second round? I think the Lakers have their work cut out for them here. I don't think there's like a clear player they can go trade for. But I think it's going to be super interesting to see if they are willing to move on from those future picks to satisfy this LeBron James era that they have right now. Lakers are known for taking care of superstars, so it's
Can
interesting to
you
see if they're going to try to take care of LeBron
do
here.
you know do you know what was the Melton to the 76ers trade? Like what did he give up? Like Danny Green and what was
I
what
don't quite
else?
remember. It wasn't a lot. Let me try to pull it up here.
Yeah, because like that's a perfect player. They could
Yeah, uh, LeBron works really well with like combo guards who can defend and who can shoot.
yeah,
Fifth,
Melton is like ultimate 3 and D shooting guard. Like
yeah,
and like he is amazing defender and he's shooting like 40% from the
yeah.
three. Like
So it was
yeah.
Danny Green and the 23rd pick in the most recent draft, which became David Roddy. I'm actually a big David Roddy fan, so um, solid pick there.
Not
But
much.
Danny Green, yeah, it for what Melton's giving the Sixers right now, and we spoke about the Sixers last week. The Sixers, by the way, are playing unbelievable. Melton is a significant reason why. I guess there are some trades out there, but you're right. That is the type of player that they should be looking for. They just need more space on the floor for guys like LeBron specifically, and
And
just
AD.
guys who can hit shots, and of course AD. So yeah, you know what? If it's a first and some sort of salary filler, then I think the Lakers should pull the trigger on that because you've got LeBron James. I think you got to take care of LeBron James, especially when he's
Yeah,
still at 38 years old, putting up stat
I
lines
mean
like that.
that was the reason. Like you gave up so much for AD, you gave up, you went all in on LeBron James, and with those two guys, like you already gave up so much. Okay, you won one championship. That's huge. But like this is probably like 2 years of LeBron James this season and the next season, and then he's not the. Yeah, I don't see it like past 2025
Yeah,
for
yeah,
LeBron.
that's a good point. Maybe their future isn't very much there, anyways. But I think they'd do that trade again, knowing like what they got a championship out of it. I think they'd do that again. It's a lot of teams. They have to really lose a lot of their assets to win a championship. Like I look at the Raptors, who have struggled with depth since winning in 2019. The Lakers probably shouldn't be that because they have such a draw in the free agent market. So that's a bit. I guess it comes down to they let a lot of the guys walk who were significant
Yeah,
parts of their championship. Like they got rid of Kuzma, got rid of Alex Caruso, got rid of KCP, and those guys were vital to that
yeah.
championship run.
KCP is like Melton type of guy, like
Yeah,
similar.
that's
Yeah,
exactly what the Lakers are missing right now.
yeah,
So unfortunate there. And another part of that Memphis trade, which I guess is coming up now, is Danny Green's about to return for the Grizzlies.
yeah.
So that's Danny Green's still a shooter. I can't see an injury taking away Danny Green's ability to shoot. So the Grizzlies may have just gotten even better. So this is a
Yeah,
good
but
development for
maybe
them.
it took some ability to defend.
That's a good point. That's a good
Yeah,
point. But I guess we'll see. But Danny Green's a 3-time NBA champion. He was
yeah.
obviously that's
He's
a
almost
focal point.
36. Yeah,
Yeah, he's getting up there in age. Maybe there's something still there for him, but he's won 3 NBA championships. He wasn't the focal point of any of those championships, but he was part of it for sure. He
yeah.
was a starter for the Raptors. He was a starter for the Lakers, and he actually had a really good series when he won with the Spurs quite a while ago now. But I
I
think we've
love.
had. Sorry,
Yeah, I love Danny Green. Like,
yeah. So Interesting there. All right, let's move now into the official picks for today's show. Giving you guys enough on the Lakers over there. Like, I mean, the Lakers are always at the forefront of every discussion, but like, there's just so much going on for them right now. But our official picks, Pips' official picks for today. First of all, going to the Raptors, who get their 7-game road trip started in Sacramento today, playing against the Kings. Here's the same game parlay.
So we are betting Scotty Barnes over 13.5 points and Keegan Murray over 1.5 3, which we get minus 110 at BetMGM. So first, my question will be like, are you surprised with the Barnes pick here?
Uh, no, he has been
Yeah.
on a absolute tear recently. He's really found his form, and the Raptors keep going to him because he keeps on scoring.
Yeah. I will also say like prior to that recent good stretch, the best game of the season was against the Kings. Like that game against the Kings, he had like 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 10 assists and very efficient scoring because Kings allowed the least 3 points in the league, 3 point shootings, 3 point shots in the league. So they are spread out and they live in the middle and attacking the rim, and that's where Barnes his strength is,
Mm,
and he actually is shooting way better. I think he's like on 19 points average in January, and yeah, he's just figuring it out every game by game, and he's covering this line in almost every game, and the 2 games he didn't cover this line where was like he had 14 points against the Bucks, so great rim protection, and he still got there. And against the Boston Celtics, which is like switching defense, not easy for him,
yep.
and also with their bigs being one-on-one great defenders. But against the Kings, like
Yeah.
Keegan
That'll.
Murray, Barnes, like yeah, and Sabonis also not being won't be able to stop the drives. So I just love the spot, and we have a rookie Keegan Murray. Like this guy, like over the last couple of like in January, like this is a real data. In January, he's shooting 52% from three. Like,
What's
and that's on 7 attempts a game. Like
okay? I was
that's
gonna ask for attempts. Wow, 7 attempts per game as well.
yeah, and
And
he's shooting like in December 47%.
and
So over the last 2 months, 26 games, he's shooting for 49% from three
yeah,
on 7 attempts.
and today's playing against a Nick Nurse helping defense.
And most of these threes are from the corners, and the Raptors give up the most corner threes in the league. And interesting fact, he scored over this line in last 22 out of the 23 games. He scored two or more threes with like getting over 20 minutes. Like
Yep.
so, I love this bet. Like if you look at the data and the uptrends and everything, this is one of the best bets we had so far. And yeah, I'm just not trusting the Barnes and Murray to have it for 1.5 units. But this is great bet, and we'll stick to 1 unit. But with everything, with every data you can take, this is a great spot.
Yeah, love the analysis, love the picks here. Scotty Barnes. I mean, I'm obviously a massive Scotty Barnes fan. He's framed right above my head over here, and he's really finding his feet, maybe exceeding the Rookie of the Year level in this recent stretch of games. And the Raptors will rely on him as they probably make some trades very, very soon. All right, let's go into the second same game parlay. All three are same game parlays. This one is in the Jazz against the Blazers. Always promises to be a pretty good occasion when these two teams are playing each other. Here is the picks.
So our pick is Jordan Clarkson over 18.5 points combined with Damian Lillard to score over 2.5 threes, which is minus 110 at DraftKings. So Jordan Clarkson is like playing amazing recently, and he covered this line in 8 out of the last 10. And the games he was short is like by 1 point, and some blowout games. And if you take a look at the season, like last 30 games with 30 or more minutes, Jordan Clarkson covered this line in 26 out of 30. Like that's 87% clear rate. And Portland defense is like in a huge slump over the last 15 games. They just can't defend anything. I actually spoke about a ton about Nurkic. Like he can like hedge the screens. He can go out. He can be in the drop coverage. Like he is not good anywhere. Whatever defense you try to play with him, he's not good. Like at all. So they could probably play the most zone tonight. And Jordan Clarkson with Mike Conley, Laurie Markkanen, and Sexton, like all these guys against the zone, like he'll just kill them. Like unbelievable spot for Jordan Clarkson. They also already played this season, and Jordan Clarkson scored 28 and 24 points. So easily cover this line. I mean, very easy. And the second part of this bet is Damian Lillard. I actually spoke about his recent stretch, and he covered this line in 8 out of the last 9 games. And I think I spoke like ton of times against about Utah Jazz defending pull-up shooters, and the last game they played, Damian Lillard was out, and Simmons took his role, scored 45 points and 7 threes.
Wow.
And we had Kyrie Irving, like I think like 5 days ago, playing them, and he scored 48 points and made 8 threes. So they are playing deep drop with Kessler, and if they couldn't stop Kyrie Irving, and if Kyrie Irving scored 8 threes, we had Simon scoring ton of threes. Like I think Damian Lillard three is it's a bit low, and I think he can score like 5 or 6 tonight.
Makes sense. Love the handicap here. Clarkson's a guy you go to quite a bit. Lillard as well. Two guys you've had success with. So love the
And
analysis
this is
on that one. Sorry?
this is I forgot to say this is minus 110 at DraftKings.
Yeah. So solid odds there as well. Not a ton of juice. Let's move into the third play. Pacers at the Magic. And let's hear it.
So we are betting Franz Wagner over 17.5 points combined with Hill over 2.5 threes, which is about minus 150 on DraftKings. I think Buddy Hill threes is the bet we played the most so far on the show, and there is a great reason for that. Obviously, like the entire season, when we did with this short-handed roster, like he needs to play huge minutes. And if you take a look at Buddy Hield with over 26 minutes, and I expect him to play 36 tonight, in 26 or more minutes, he covered this line in 88% of the games. So that's huge.
Yeah.
Like Orlando Magic, like allowing above average threes, they actually over the last 15 games allowed the second most threes in the entire league. So great spot for Buddy Hield. And if it like Wagner, there is only one guy to trust that I trust on this Orlando Magic team, and that's Wagner scoring every night. Like not even Banchero. Like I will like I think Franz Wagner is the best player on that team,
I agree.
and he's amazing. And over the last 10 games, he's over this line in 8, so 8 out of the last 10. And the unders were 16 points against the Kings and 15 points against the Boston Celtics. Like it was close to this line, and just way worse the matchup for him against the Boston Celtics. And if you take a look on the entire season when he gets the minutes, and with him being their best player, he's usually playing 33 to 35 minutes every night. So if you take a look at the games like where he played 30 or more minutes, he covered this line in 80% of the games. And I don't think there is many positive matchups as this one tonight because he is a huge shooting guard. He's playing a shooting guard position while being taller than some power forwards in the league. Like he's huge guy, and he'll get like Nemhard or Hill defending him, like huge size advantage, and all actually playing against not so great defensive players. So I just love this spot for him. Also, they played twice this season, and we had 29 and 20 points for Franz Wagner. So yeah, love all these on every possible.
Yeah, the way the Pacers play, they play like 3 guards, sometimes even 4 guards at a time. They are a very small team. It's worked for them. Buddy Hield, a big reason why with the way he's been shooting, but this is a game where definitely Franz Wagner can take advantage. Just has so many tools. He is such a talented player, and at least for the time being, I agree with you, the best player on this Orlando Magic team. So there you have it. Those are the 3 plays for you guys today. Let's recap all of them. First of all, Raptors at the Kings. Scotty Barnes, reigning rookie of the year, over 13.5 points, mixed with Keegan Murray, a rookie this season, going over 1.5 3-pointers made. That is minus 110 at BetMGM. And second play, also minus 110. This one is at DraftKings. The Jazz are visiting the Blazers. We want Jordan Clarkson over 18.5 points, paired with Damian Lillard over 2.5 3-pointers made. And finally, the third one, as we just spoke about, Pacers and Magic. Franz Wagner over 17.5 points, mixed with Buddy Hield over 2.5 3-pointers made. That is minus 115 at DraftKings. That has been your show, everybody. Make sure you guys, if you are enjoying the content, you hit that like button on YouTube, help support the channel. Also, make sure you're subscribed. If you are watching the show, whether you are on Twitter, whether you are on YouTube listening podcasts, if you've been enjoying the content, does help us out a lot by subscribing on YouTube. So please just take a minute out of your day to go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the Board NBA. If you're watching on Twitter, the link should be there on YouTube as well for you to quickly go over and hit that subscribe button, help out the channel. More content for you guys to enjoy. Yesterday, a podcast release on our Circles Off channel with Pips involved as he was interviewed by Kevin Davis on 90 Degrees. So if you want to hear a little bit more about Pips, maybe the side that we don't see on this show, here we see the picks, but maybe more of the handicapping process, how he got started in handicapping and betting. A very interesting podcast overall with Pips on 90 Degrees. I put the link in the YouTube chat for you guys to go check out. If not, you can also search and podcast for the Circles Off feed, as well as on YouTube. Just search Circles Off, and you'll be able to find Pips on the podcast 90 Degrees with Kevin Davis. I myself have not been able to listen to it yet, but I'm excited to listen to it today. So with that, guys, we appreciate all support on this channel, and let's hope these picks cash. We will see you tomorrow for more from myself and Pips on Pick and Roll.